So, good morning and welcome again to Steam Executive. And I'm with Mahesh Trivedi this morning. My name is Sean Donovan. And as you see, we're coming to you from the Antarctic, or so it seems today. Winter is again upon us. And today we'll be talking to you about developing your strengths. The key to developing any strength is practice. A weakness can even become a strength with practice. The challenge is getting yourself to practice regularly and intelligently. So we're going to talk to you about some strategies that are important to remember when furthering the development of a strength. So, Mahesh, do you want to fire off first? And what's one strategy, or what's the first strategy that people could consider in developing their strengths?
Yeah, the very first thing which I always consider as that if you find your passion and develop a strength related to it, uh, practicing will be a fun, and there is no reason to spend a lot of time on something that you don't truly enjoy. So find your passion first. That is the first thing. Yeah, and
Yes, and then that
yeah,
when
yeah.
when you've got that passion, then within that, develop a goal. So having a goal is choosing to control the direction of your life. Otherwise, you're depending on luck. So we all have passions, but if we don't have that goal, then where are we going to end up with it? So review that goal every day.
Yeah, that is very true. And as we all know that the goal should be specific, measurable, and have a deadline. Uh, and to be most effective, all these characteristics, because because that is what it's called a specific goal.
So measurable, specific, measurable, and a deadline. Um, Now, they're things that people sort of know about and they know to go and set. But one thing which we've talked about before that is probably a bit different to what people hear on most sort of management courses or training courses that deal with these sorts of things is to use meditation. And so I know you've spoken about it often. We can use meditation to learn to focus our thoughts and energy. So the average office worker, for example, spends less than 2 hours per day actually doing constructive work, which sounds a terrible thing. But uh, the question for you is, do you focus better than the average worker? So if you're only just doing the average, then you're doing 2 hours per day of constructive work. But if you learn through meditation to focus your thoughts better, then
Yeah,
you'll get better than average result.
that's absolutely right, Sean. So learn to focus. It is it is a popular saying that energy flows where your attention goes. So wherever you focus, that is where your energy will flow, and it is relaxing for your mind, and you will get much more done, in a very quickly and easily, because um, you are not distracted with thousand other things. Focus means focus on a one single thing, get it done, and then jump to the second one. Like a people do 10 things at the same time, and none of the things gets
Mm.
finished. They are always saying not enough time and always busy.
Mm.
Yeah.
And another thing which you've talked about and we've talked about before on these videos is to use affirmations and to replace that negative self-talk. So people often have negatives onto it. But if you replace those and have affirmations, so simply to turn the negative stuff around into something positive and supportive, and that way we become much more enthusiastic about what we're doing.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with the affirmation. Affirmation is something which you are affirm, like you feel that. And uh, to add to what you said is a use visualization to see yourself already being successful. There is also a popular saying that whatever you visualize, you can actualize. So experience your visions with all your senses. Basically means like you feel that you are already there. So instead of having a deficient mindset, you will have a flourishing mindset. So that way you will make progress. So yeah.
And the last one that we spoke about at the start there was to measure your progress.
Yes.
So that doesn't just include the progress towards your goal, but also how well you're doing with reviewing your goal, your self-talk, your level of focus, and all those other things that we've just discussed. So that measurement is measuring not just am I achieving that goal, but how well is my process working? Am I actually thoughtful in my approach to developing these strengths?
Yeah, and the last one, Sean, is we always say practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the more you will develop. And like a strengths are like a muscles. So the more you exercise, you will develop your muscles. So same way, the more you use your strengths consciously and leverage strengths of other people who you work with, then you will definitely develop the successful outcome of using the strengths and basically a strength based leadership. And that is something you have to practice intelligently with a plan, and should work in the most of important things or most of your important goals. So if you want to develop your strengths, you need to identify them and then practice. Anything that will help you spend more time practicing and practice more effectively is invaluable to your long term development.
I was reminded when you said that of the joke. The fellow's walking down Macquarie Street going past the Conservatorium of Music, and he's a visitor, he's looking for the Sydney Opera House, and he stops this fellow who happens to be a professor from the Conservatorium of Music on his way out, and he says, "Excuse me, can you tell me how do I get to the Opera House?" And the professor says, "Practice, practice, practice." So if you want to develop your strengths, you need to identify them and then practice. Anything that will help you spend more time practicing and practice more effectively is invaluable to your long-term development. So in that line, STEAM Executive have a number of programs which you might be interested in. We have one-on-one coaching, which is available. We have group team sessions, which are available either on site or over the magic of the interweb. We have our online courses, our Develop Your Strengths courses, which you can do at your leisure and at a time suitable to you. So these are a lot of things that can help you to do that practice and then help you in this task of developing your strengths. So thank you for joining us. Anything to finish, Mahesh? Any last words before we go?
Yeah, just wanted to share the viewers that please subscribe our YouTube channel, Steam Executive, and take benefit of all the most inspirational and most advanced life lessons based videos, and you will get lot of out of it. Please channel Steam Executive on YouTube. Please share with other people, your colleagues, and your partners, and your staff and supporters. And Sean and I just thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you again in our next video. Thank you very much.